What happens when loyalty collides with betrayal? When trust within one of the most famous families in the world is shattered, not by an outsider, but by someone once welcomed as family. The night the Jordyn Woods and Tristan Thompson scandal broke, the air in Calabasas grew heavy with whispers that would soon roar into a storm. Khloé Kardashian, sister, mother, businesswoman, suddenly stood at the center of a media frenzy that threatened not only her relationship, but also the fragile unity of the Kardashian-Jenner dynasty. As cameras rolled, as social media exploded, and as fans demanded answers, Khloé Kardashian faced a media storm like no other. Began quietly, as most scandals do. Jordyn Woods, the best friend of Kylie Jenner, had long been a familiar face in the Kardashian household. She wasn't a stranger to Khloé, to Kim, or even to Kris. She was trusted, embraced, and defended. Yet, whispers of an intimate encounter between Jordyn and Tristan Thompson, Khloé's partner and the father of her daughter, True, spread like wildfire. Within hours, the whispers became headlines. Within a day, the headlines became accusations. And within a week, the scandal was no longer just a story, it was a cultural event. The media storm intensified because this wasn't just about infidelity. It was about betrayal that hit the Kardashian family in its most vulnerable spot, the line between public life and private loyalty. Tristan Thompson had been under scrutiny before. His history of cheating was not unknown, yet each time, Khloé had chosen to stand firm, to preserve the image of stability for the sake of her daughter. But this time was different. This time, the betrayal came from inside the family's inner circle. I remember the night the news first aired. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, demanding reactions. #Team Khloé began trending almost instantly, as millions of people felt her pain in real time. Paparazzi descended outside her home, every camera flash a reminder that there was no escaping the narrative. The media storm painted Khloé Kardashian not just as a victim of Tristan Thompson's scandal, but as a woman forced into the cruel spotlight of public heartbreak. The betrayal by Jordyn Woods became the core of the drama. For years, Jordyn had been more than Kylie Jenner's best friend. She had been like family. She sat at their dinner tables, vacationed with them, and stood beside them at red carpet events. To imagine Jordyn at the center of a scandal with Tristan was unthinkable, yet the tabloids screamed it loud. Jordyn Woods had crossed the line. When she appeared on Red Table Talk, speaking in her own defense, millions tuned in, hanging on every word. Could Khloé forgive her? Should she? The nation debated as though it was their own family feud. Inside the Kardashian household, emotions ran high. Cameras captured fragments of conversations, moments of silence heavy with disbelief. Khloé, trying to remain composed, found herself bombarded with messages of sympathy, outrage, and unsolicited advice. Each headline added weight to her struggle. Khloé Kardashian faces media storm after Jordyn Woods and Tristan Thompson scandal. Each article dissected her pain as though it were entertainment. For Khloé, the hardest part wasn't just Tristan's betrayal, it was Jordyn's involvement. The Kardashians are no strangers to scandal, but betrayal from within their chosen family cut deeper than any paparazzi rumor could. Jordyn had once represented loyalty. Now, she symbolized fracture. Khloé, always known as the sister who speaks her mind, found herself in the difficult position of balancing raw anger with public composure. She could not allow the scandal to break her, not in front of her daughter, not in front of the cameras, and not in front of the world. The scandal illuminated the pressures of living under constant observation. For ordinary people, heartbreak is private. For Khloé Kardashian, heartbreak was broadcasted across international headlines. Talk shows speculated about her next move. Magazine covers plastered her face alongside phrases like betrayal and revenge. Fans expected a reaction, a statement, a declaration. And Khloé, under the weight of expectation, had no choice but to respond. Her public statements carried a mixture of strength and vulnerability. On social media, she wrote about betrayal, about forgiveness, about the complexity of healing. She didn't hide her pain, but she didn't let it destroy her either. The narrative shifted from scandal to survival. Khloé Kardashian wasn't just the woman wronged by Tristan Thompson. She became the woman who chose to rise from betrayal with dignity. Yet the media storm raged on, feeding on every word, every look, every post she made. What made the scandal unforgettable was its ripple effect on the entire Kardashian-Jenner family. Kylie Jenner, caught in the impossible position of choosing between her lifelong best friend and her sister, faced scrutiny of her own. Could she remain loyal to both? Could she forgive Jordyn? The scandal wasn't just Khloé's burden, it became a family-wide test of loyalty. Kim, Kourtney, Kendall, and even Kris Jenner were pulled into the narrative, their every move analyzed as fans speculated who stood with whom. As weeks turned into months, the story refused to die. Talk shows replayed Jordyn's interview, tabloids speculated on Tristan's future, and Khloé Kardashian remained in the eye of the storm. She faced a dilemma that no headline could capture: how to rebuild trust, not with Tristan, not with Jordyn, but with herself. Could she once again believe in the loyalty of those closest to her? Could she once again separate her private heartbreak from her public persona? The scandal also revealed the mechanics of fame in the digital age. In earlier times, such betrayals might have been whispered in private circles. In Khloé Kardashian's world, betrayal became a trending topic within minutes. Millions of strangers felt entitled to opinions on her relationship, on her choices, on her heart. Each post she made was dissected as a clue to her state of mind. Each silence was seen as a statement in itself. The media storm was relentless, but so was Khloé's resolve. She poured her energy into her daughter, True. In interviews, she spoke of motherhood as her anchor. For Khloé, the scandal could not overshadow her most important role, being a mother. And so, even as cameras lingered and headlines shouted, she chose to place her focus where it mattered most. Yet the pain was visible. The world could see it in her eyes, hear it in her voice, feel it in her words. Over time, the scandal evolved from fresh news to cultural memory. But its echoes remain. Even today, when the name Khloé Kardashian is mentioned, many recall not only her business ventures or her role on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but also the night the Jordyn Woods and Tristan Thompson scandal broke. It became a defining chapter in her life, a moment where she was tested not just as a celebrity, but as a human being forced to navigate betrayal under the brightest of spotlights. And so, the story of Khloé Kardashian facing a media storm is not just about scandal. It is about resilience in the face of betrayal. It is about the strength to stand when the world watches, to speak when every word is scrutinized, and to choose dignity over destruction. The Jordyn Woods and Tristan Thompson scandal may have threatened to break her, but Khloé Kardashian stood tall, proving that even under the heaviest storm, one can endure.